big welcome to tonight's webinar on SBL for December 2022. My name is Hasan Dossani, and how are you guys doing tonight? I'm very happy and glad to see all of you connected for tonight's webinar. It is a 2-day webinar today and tomorrow, approximately 3.5 hours each day. Both the sessions will be recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube and other channels in couple of days. Okay, so those of you who kind of missed the session, or you want to do a repeat viewing, you will be able to access the recordings after a couple of days. Right, so are you guys ready to start? Okay, so let me share my screen. Right, so this is my handout, and I will share this handout on various groups after the tonight's session. Okay. All right, so just let me do a final check. Everything looks okay. Yeah. All right. So again, welcome to Vifhe's game-changing webinar series for SBL, December 2022 attempt, day number 1. So what we will be doing in these 2 days. So this is our coverage or plan for today and tomorrow. I will start with a brief introduction about SBL. This will be helpful for those students who are giving SBL for the first time. For resit students, obviously you are aware of it, but there is no harm in getting a revision. We will talk about exam techniques. We will talk about professional skills. We will talk about various formats. Technical articles, yes, a very important. 2 technical articles were published last month. So I will cover that in my webinar, and we will do some drafting, some case study solving, so that you get an idea how to link, how to draft, how to present your answer. I will in the end share a list of important topics for December, and I will share a study plan for the last 3 weeks, especially for self-study students. All right. Before we proceed, this webinar is based on CBE approach. So now I'm pretty sure that all students around the globe, there is no manual paper, it is all CBE, so I'll be following CBE. And what about previous webinars? I get these questions a lot of time. So obviously a single webinar is not enough, of course, right, to cover all the important areas. So you will have to watch some of the previous webinars if you want to do a comprehensive coverage of the important topics of SBL. So which previous webinars should you focus on? September 2021 webinar you must watch. This is September 2021, not 2022. December 2021 you must watch, and March 2022 webinar. So these are the minimum 3 webinars you must watch. And other than that, if you want to watch June 2022 or September 2022, yes, you can. But these are the 3 very basic fundamental webinars. These were 5 days webinar in which I have covered a lot of important topics. I have solved full case studies. For example, in December, I have solved an entire case study called NABI, and in March, I have solved an entire case study called TT4U. So please make sure that after this webinar, December webinar, you must watch these 3 webinars. Okay. How to ask question. It's very important that you guys ask as much questions as you can, because this is the whole purpose of the live session, that students are able to ask questions and clear their doubts and confusions. However, I would request a bit of a discipline here. Okay, so there are two ways you can ask question. The first way is you can type your question in the chat box or the question box. Let's call it the chat box. In Zoom, it's called chat box. Okay. However, whatever question you will ask, please make sure that that question pertains to the slide under discussion. I don't want you to ask any out of scope question while I'm discussing a particular topic, right? So please restrict your questions to the slide under discussion. Any general question, any non-related questions, you can always ask me towards the end, because I will give specifically time for Q&A session towards the end of tonight's webinar. If you want to ask verbal question, that is, if you don't want to type, but you want to ask verbally, then you will need to raise hand in Zoom, and then I will allow permission to speak. The way you can raise hand is you go to the option reactions. There is a option to raise hand. You press that button and then I will allow you to speak. Okay. Right. So just let me go through the various comments so far. Where are the previous webinars? It's on YouTube. Yes, it's on YouTube. It is also, I think, available on my Google Drive. I will share you the links. Yes, I will share this handout after the class. Agnes, I don't want you to repeat your questions again and again, because you will be flooding my question box. Okay. Right. Okay, a brief introduction of myself for those who have never seen me before. So by qualification, I'm a chartered accountant. I qualified way back in 1999. I did my articles with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and then I am still working. I'm not a full-time teacher. I am working, and currently I'm the CFO of insurance broking company based in Dubai. And I have been a CFO since last 12 years. So, you know, my experience is more than, my post-qualification experience is more than 20 years now. I sit in the boardroom, I participate in the strategies, the problem solving, all those things SBL is about. I do it in my professional life, right? As far as my teaching experience is concerned, teaching is my passion. I have been teaching for last 20 years, and I just specialize in one subject, and which is business. All right. So I feel that my experience of business, I feel that I'm able to explain it to accountants in a simple language, because I myself is an accountant, right? And I have conducted numerous SBL webinars for ACCA as well as for Vifhe. I think this is my 10th or 11th SBL webinar. Yes, my pay is still $20,000. Okay, the main thing is my contact number. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my personal WhatsApp number. So please, if you don't have it, please save it so that you can remain in touch with me. All right. For those of you who don't know, I also manage a global SBL WhatsApp group. Okay. So if you are not part of my global WhatsApp group, please send a message on this number, and this guy will send you the link to join. Okay, if you are already a member of one of my global groups of previous batches or previous attempts, no need to do it again. All the last previous groups are active and valid. But if you are not member of any group, then you must message on this number. Okay, you will be added to the group. Now, a quick introduction about SBL passing rate. If you look at the last 6-7 attempts, the SBL passing rate is around 50-51%. It is pretty consistent. It is one of the best passing rates in all the strategic professional level papers. So please, you have a good chance to pass SBL if you plan it properly. Okay. Now, SBL is very, very different, and I'm sure most of you have heard this slide before. It is not difficult, it is different. It's a hell of a difference in the meaning of being difficult and being different. All right. So why is it different? I will very quickly go through it. It is one integrated case study. There are 6 to 8 exhibits given. So integrated case study means that all the questions will relate to that one case study. So if that case study is easy, it's your good luck. If that case study is complicated, it's your bad luck, because all the questions might get affected. The second challenge is it is the longest paper of ACCA, 4 hours. None of your papers are for 4 hours, right? But SBL is 4 hours, which means what? What's the problem in 4 hours? The problem is stamina. Physical stamina, mental stamina, emotional stamina. I mean, you will get so frustrated after 3 hours. The last 1 hour will be like hell. The only way you can remain strong and focused for 4 hours is that you practice at least 3 mocks, dry runs. Okay, so that is another challenge. So students who do not give straight 4-hour mocks, so when they give the actual paper after 3 hours, they collapse, obviously, because they have never given never even sat on a chair for straight 4 hours, right? And then the 20 marks for professional skills, that's a lot. The paper is 100 marks, so 20 marks professional skills means 20% of your paper is professional skills. 20% of your paper depends on professional skills. So we cannot take this lightly, right? We will cover professional skills tonight. Less emphasis on models. So a lot of students have this misconception that SBL is all about models. No, it's not. Models are nice to have things. It will just help you think straight and structure your answer nicely, but it's not mandatory to use models in each and every question. Okay. In fact, the examiner has mentioned this so many times in the examiner's report that students are trying to use models unnecessarily. And because of that, they lose marks. So chill out. Do not get stuck in complicated, stupid models. Okay. Yes, you might need to know the few basic models. That's very important. But just few basic models. Okay. Various formats are there, like reports, briefing papers, presentation slides, emails. So you have to be very, very hands-on with all these formats, because almost all the questions requires some kind of a format. And this one is very interesting. This one is very interesting. More than 25% of your paper is common sense. Common sense. Can anybody tell me what do you understand from this? What more than 25% is common sense. What's the meaning of common sense? This type. What do you think? Common sense? Logical thinking. Yes, basic logic. Absolutely. No, Farzana. No real life examples. Hang on. This paper is not about real life example or general knowledge, right? It's about a specific case study. So you just, if you know, so you have to think logically. Basic business knowledge, basic common sense, basic logical thinking. So no chapter in SBL will be able to help you in this kind of a exhibit or this kind of a requirement. It's just your logical common sense. So that is why this may be good news for some students and this may be bad news for some students. Good news for those students who are street smart. You understand street smart? That they don't study a lot, but they have a very smart, questioning, logical mind. It's good for them. And this is bad news for those students who are more bookish, more theoretical, and they don't have, smart thinking ability at the moment. So why does SBL include 25% or more of such questions? It's very simple. Do you think a good CFO should be street smart or dumb? Ultimately, you are all being prepared for CFO, right? That is where you will end up with. You think a good CFO has to be smart or dumb? Do you think a good CFO should have theoretical knowledge or logical approach to things? Correct. Both, and mostly logical, because all problems are specific to a scenario. So do you think me, I've been CFO for more than 12 years. Do I look smart or dumb? I was dumb. I was theoretical. I was dumb. I was very bookish. But on the job, slowly, gradually, I realized that it's all about thinking on the feet. Right now, problem solving rather than theoretical knowledge. So that is why SBL 25% of the paper is common sense, so that you guys can get a flavor of how it is. And I will pick up in tonight or maybe tomorrow's practice. I will deliberately select a question of common sense. What do you think? So that you get an idea what common sense questions looks like and how to solve it. Yeah, would you want that? Okay. All right, done. So you see, SBL is not difficult. It is different. Now, this is the most important slide. Why students fail SBL? Why students fail SBL? So if you know the reason, now in advance, I think then you will be able to safeguard or protect yourself from falling in this. So, I have been talking about this slide in all my orientations. So I'm pretty sure most of you know these. So I will quickly just go through it. The first, and this is as per the examiner's report. This is not me. This is the examiner who has made this list. Okay. So number one, answers not linked with exhibits. That's the number one issue examiner faces. That's the number one reason why examiners, he fails. the students, because he feels that the students are giving general answers. They are giving theoretical or bookish answers. They are just using stupid models, defining and all those basic things, but not addressing the exhibits or the scenario or the case study. So that's number one. All your answers have to be linked to the information available in the exhibits. If you have not linked your answers with the exhibits, no matter how beautiful your answer is, you will never pass if your answers are not linked to the case study. All right. And then this one is beautiful. Merely copy pasting material from exhibit. So now students, when they wanted to link, so they started copying the entire exhibits on their answers. That's it. They just copy the exhibit and move on. So if the question is on big data, for example, and there is one exhibit on big data, they will copy the entire exhibit on their answer sheet and they will move to the next question. If you are the examiner, will you pass that student or will you fail that student? If you are the examiner, the student just copy pastes the entire exhibit and moves on to the next. Don't you think the student is trying to make a fool out of you? If you're the examiner, you'll be really pissed off, right? Obviously. So copy pasting is allowed, but you then have to explain that point in your own words. You have to give your logics and your arguments why that point which you have picked up is relevant to your answer, right? So merely copy pasting without adding own comments or explaining, right? So we will practice this in tonight's practice drafting question. And this one is another most common problem. I call this time trap. You know what a time trap is? Time trap, that students, they mismanage their time management in SBL. They run out of time. So in the end, what happens is either students, they miss one question, one part or two part worth 10 marks, 15 marks, 20 marks. Or even if they don't miss the questions, the quality of the answers of the last couple of parts is pathetic, which is as good as, not attempting it. If you just score 1 mark out of 15. So time trap is a big thing. Now, how do you end up in a time trap? How do you fall in a time trap? It's very simple. In one particular question, student might end up giving extra time. That's how you start mismanaging your time, that in one particular question, you actually overspend the time. And mostly question number one, a lot of students, because the first question is generally difficult in SBL. You want to impress the examiner. So mostly in SBL, the first question, students tend to overrun the time. And then if you have overrun the time on the first question, God help you in the rest of the paper. So don't fall in time trap. Okay. Just a minute, guys. And then, the top 3 is most important. Not completing the paper, poor technical knowledge or professional skill knowledge, insufficient number of points, students do not practice or give mocks on CBE platform. That's a very important one. A lot of students, they don't practice on the CBE platform, or they just do mental practice. Oh, okay, I will do like this. No, you have to solve it. You have to type it with your own hands. And a lot of students, they don't give a full mock. So, that's the most common reason why student fails. And this one, weak typing and formatting skills, excessive typo errors. How many of you make typing errors? How many of you make typing errors? All of us, Baba. Yeah, good point, good point. It's just not typing error. Sometimes I don't know the spelling, so I don't know the right spelling as well. Me as well. So when I'm using Microsoft Word, then it's easy because Word has this spell check. Word can autocorrect errors, but this stupid CBE platform, it does not have a spell check or autocorrect options. So, I'm pretty bad. I make a lot of errors because I'm used to Microsoft Word, which automatically corrects, right? Everybody makes it. So please, little bit of typo errors, a little bit of spelling errors is okay. It's acceptable. You will not lose marks. Examiner knows this. So as long as your typo errors or spelling errors are reasonable level, now it's subjective, but you can assess if it is reasonable, then no issues. Even your good question, Shaksham, English language, no issues. No issues. If your English language is below average, it's fine. You just talk basic language. It's fine because the examiner knows that English is not the main language of some of the students, right? But obviously, if your English is garbage, then it's not acceptable. But if it's your English is reasonable, average or slightly below average, little bit of grammatical mistakes here and there, no problem, as long as you're able to explain your points. Punctuations, again, Baba, little bit of everything is acceptable. That's what I'm trying to explain. A reasonable level of mistakes here and there, punctuations, everything is acceptable. But the moment you do excessive mistakes, then yes, you might lose professional marks. All right. Now, this particular slide is for resit students. So in today's webinar, I'm sure there are half of the people are resit students. So guys, before I dive into this, how many of you scored less than 45? Please type your mark. Just less than 45, please type your mark. Less than 45. 30, 44, 26, 49. What the hell? I'm saying less than 45. Can't you follow instructions? 41, 30, 32, 43, 41. Dr. Emmanuel, I'm so sad. 37, 42, 35, 42, 37, 42. Okay. So there are people in 30s, there are people in 40s, and few people in 20s. Right. So if you have, this is my own assessment, okay? Those who obtain less than 45 marks, and this is my own personal assessment, it tells me that you have made some technical mistake, knowledge mistake in the paper, or you have made some conceptual error, or you might have given some general answers not properly linked with the scenario, or you're trying to use models unnecessarily. These are the most common reasons. So 80% of the time, this is the reason for people scoring less than 45 marks, especially people in 20s and 30s. Definitely you lack technical knowledge about SBL. You have to study the concepts as well. Okay, this will work for 80% of the students, but sometimes some good students might score less for any other reason that's best known to them. Okay, Fayaz is saying, now Fayaz is very bold and honest. Thank you, Fayaz. Fayaz is saying, I believe my mistake was excessive usage of models. Fayaz, how much you got? 27. Oh my God, that's very less. So Fayaz, what is the learning for you? Forget about models. Okay, just very basic models. And Rahul is saying weak technical knowledge. Okay, so then you have to watch a lot of webinars to build your concepts. Technical knowledge means concepts. Okay, external factors, internal factors, pestle, porter, IT, e-commerce, project management, corporate governance, risks. Mohammad Raza is saying, I'm unable to know why I failed. Yes, that happens with some students. They are unable to fail. All right. So now, whatever you need to learn from your mistakes as much as we can. Okay, now students who scored between 45 to 49 marks. 45 to 49. 45 to 49 marks. Oh my God. 48, 49, 47, 49, 47 twice. 49, 48. You know, I know a student who got 49 two times. In the last two attempts, 49 and 49. So painful, eh? 49 and 49. So people who score between 45 to 49, in my experience, they have good technical knowledge. So they don't lack conceptual thing. Like people who score 48, 49, 47, they have good technical knowledge. But probably they failed due to insufficient practice, or they did not give proper 4-hour time-based mock exams. This could be the reason. They were weak in drafting or weak in linking with the exhibit, or maybe they did not, focused enough on the professional marks or formats, or they were, they were not able to give sufficient number of points according to the marks. So you need to judge yourself. So you need more practice and all these finer points. So technically you are okay, but practice wise you need more efforts, right? Again, this is now my own assessment. It might not work in all your cases, but 80-85%, I'm sure that this will work in 85% of the students. Just to give you an idea, okay, no conclusions. Now, this is a technique which I have discovered. It works really well in SBL. So, I always, so my students, those who score more than 70, those students who score more than 70, I speak with them and I try to find out what exactly they did, how they scored 70. And majority of them had applied this technique. This is tried and tested. So what is it? So normally you guys, you think like students, right? You think like students. You feel that you are an idiot student and your answers will be read by the examiner and the examiner will screw you. You feel small, weak, less confident, vulnerable, and you feel that the examiner is big and strict and tough and he will screw you. That's not a right approach for SBL, because you will never pass SBL with this mindset. SBL is all about confidence. SBL is all about confidence and attitude. Who's what kind of attitude? This one. You have to think and feel like a CFO or a business leader. You have to upgrade yourself. Okay, that's the main thing. And you have to imagine that you are talking to the board of directors. Even if you draft a report, most of the reports are addressed to the board of directors or the CEO. So you have to actually feel it, that your thoughts, your argument, your points you are explaining to the board. And honestly, once you start feeling like a CFO, and in the board, do you know who is the financial expert in the board? What do you think? In the board, there are so many directors. Who is the financial expert amongst all the directors? The CFO or the finance director, right? So it's you, right? So you are the only person in the board who is a numbers guy. You understand numbers, finance. All the others are idiots. Idiots in the sense that they don't understand P&L and balance sheet and numbers as good as you, because you have been trained in finance, right? So when you are explaining to the board, always feel that those are non-finance people. They don't understand numbers as good as you do. You are their numbers consultant, right? You are their financial expert. So when you have this mindset, automatically your confidence will boost, and you will automatically, your common sense will start working. Remember, 25% of paper is common sense, logical thinking, and you start feeling like you are a leader. You will start linking your answer with the case study. It will be a completely different approach and attitude the moment you feel that you are a CFO and you are writing to the directors who are non-finance people and they are dependent on you. But the moment you think that you are a weak, stupid student and you are giving answers to a huge examiner, I can guarantee you are 50% fail already. Right? So please, this is a tried and tested technique. You have to feel like a CFO, think like a CFO or a business leader, and think that you're talking to the board. Khalas. That's the mindset of students who score more than 70%. Honestly. Okay, let's move on. Are you guys ready for SBL question solving? No, not yet. There are various formats. You have to be very, I know, just be a little bit patient. There are several formats. I will quickly go through them so that, we get this out of the way. So the most common format is a report format, draft a report. Okay, at least 2 or 3 times it's draft a report in your paper. So it's very simple. There will be a to, there will be a from. So in from, your role will be given. So you have to mention your role. You have to mention subject and date. Generally, I prefer using the date of the examination. Right? There will be an introduction, and you can copy the introduction just from the requirements. You can copy paste the requirements, edit it a bit, and then, so till here it is the format, and then your actual answer will start. Okay, and then there will be a closure. So the closure is here, sincerely, or you can write best regards or whatever, and your role. So closure is very important. Very standard format. A lot of students, they ask, do we need to give conclusions? No, please, okay? Do not give conclusions or recommendations unless specifically asked in the question. If the question says write a report and give conclusion, then of course yes. But if it is silent, do not voluntarily give conclusion. Okay. And second thing, a lot of students, they ask me, can we use a table in a report? So if I want to insert a table inside a report, can we do it? Yes, you can. Okay, there is no harm. You can include a table within a report, no problem. Another format which is tested is called a section of a report. A section of a report is just it's a portion of a report. So you just give introduction, you give a heading section of a report, and maybe you can just write subject, introduction, and then start. No to, no from, no date, no closure, just a heading section of a report, an opening sentence like an introduction, a little bit of a subject, and khalas. Very simple, huh? Section of a report is very simple. Yes, you can use headings in a report, Raza, of course. You can do anything. You're writing to the board, right? In fact, I prefer that you give headings and subheadings because it will present your answer very nicely. No Nayabot, no closure in a thing. Just follow this, okay? Now there is briefing paper also. Briefing paper or briefing note or memo. All of them are same. And you can exactly use the report format. It doesn't really matter because there is no one standard hard and fast format. So again, to, from, subject, date, introduction, body of your answer, and closure. Okay, very same like report. Conclusion is not required. Briefing paper should have small size points with sufficient headings. Okay, so what is the difference between report and a briefing paper? It's not much. It's very small difference. A report is more detailed, but a briefing paper, as the name says, the purpose of a briefing paper is to quickly brief someone. So it's more shorter points, more headings, rather than detailed analysis. But forget about it. Under exam conditions, all of them, whatever you can think of, just make a basic format and move on. Email, again, you give a heading, email, to, from, subject, date, opening sentence, then your answer and your closure. Simple. Okay. Presentation slide is a bit different. So sometimes you are supposed to prepare presentation slides. So in your CBE platform, blank slides are given to you. I repeat, in your CBE platform, blank slides are given to you. So you just need to open the blank slides and you type in there. Okay. So whenever you are supposed to make a slide, blank slide, this box will be given to you in the CBE platform, and this heading will be giving supporting notes or accompanying notes will be given in a CBE platform. All you need to do is fill this slide, like you will type all this, and then you have to write some paragraphs here under supporting note. Got it? So what goes under in the slide and what goes under supporting notes? Very simple. You know, the headings or your points, the headings will go on the slides like bullets, and you will explain these points under supporting notes. Got it? Is this clear? Headings will be mentioned, like, you know, if you have seen a presentation does not have stories. It just contains bullet points or key points. So all your key points will be here, but where is the explanation? Facts and figures, and you know, you need to explain that point. That explanation will be here. Got it? Under supporting notes or here. Is this clear? Should we add headings in supporting notes? I mean, I'm okay. Generally, no. But if you want to, then yes. But you need to consider the time, right? So just give paragraph. If there are 3 headings, you give three paragraphs to explain the points. That's it. Now, letter, I think, has been tested once only. Letter format on the right side, it's from, all right, it's the who's the author, and then the date, and this one is the addressee, the to portion, and then subject, respected chairman, whoever is the addressee, and then the opening sentence, the body, and closure. So letter format is a bit different. I will share this handout so that you guys can you know, look at the formats. All right. Now there is press and website release. So a press release can be asked or a website release can be asked. Both are the same thing. Press release is printed in the newspaper and a website release is posted on your website. The audience of both these are the general public. So press release, you will say subject, who the author is. Normally the chairman or the CEO are only authorized, no one else, to release or make a press release. The name of the company, the date, and then the opening sentence will be, through this press release we would like to share our views, blah blah blah, and then the actual answer will start, and closure will be like this. Again, a little bit different format, so you need to be familiar with this. I will share this handout so that you can memorize the format. Business case, just leave it. It's never been tested. It's a very project management document. Project initiation document, that has been tested once or twice. So you have to be very familiar with the project initiation documents. These are the typical contents of a project initiation document. So to understand this, you need to study the topic project management. Okay, but just I have given the format here so that you can just digest the contents of a PID. Right. This is also important. So in all your paper, you will definitely get a question on identify risks and give recommendations. Oh, sorry, identify weaknesses and give recommendations. So if you get this type of a question where you have to identify like 3, 4, 5 weaknesses, and then you have to give recommendation for each of them, I would prefer that you use a tabular format. It simplifies your presentation. It looks nice and professional. Weakness on the left side and the recommendation on the right side. Similarly, sometimes the question says identify key risks and give recommendation. Same thing, if you're supposed to identify 4 or 5 risks and you have to discuss mitigation factors for those risks, use a tabular format. Okay, it looks more, it will give you more control and more simplified presentation. Yes, for weaknesses, you have to talk about impact as well. Impact will be under weakness. So you will mention the weakness, and in the next para, the impact. You will have to explain, right? Why you calling it a weakness, and then recommendation here. Okay. Would you answer this as an auditor or a finance executive? It all depends on your role, my friend. Okay. If mostly your role is finance director, finance manager. Something Akash, I will talk about this tomorrow. The exam techniques and marks and all those things. Yes, this can come under report as well. That is why I said in the start, you can use a tabular format in a report, no problem. All right. So we are done with the formats. It's pretty straightforward. There is a report format. It is a full-fledged format. Section of a report is just a very small format. Then briefing paper or briefing note or memo, again, very, very similar to the report format. Email is also kind of similar to the report format. Presentation slide is different, but in your CBE platform, you will be given separate templates for this. Letter format is different. You need to be familiar with it. Press release or website release format, you need to be familiar with it. Business case, you can ignore. Useless and project initiation document, you need to know all the contents here. Okay. Lastly, weakness and risk and give recommendations. Clive, I will answer this tomorrow. Some students are saying that the table option usually does not work in the exam. I don't know. I think for some students, some of the limitations of CBE platform is sometimes for some of the students, some format is not working. Like in your case, table was not working. Then nothing can be done. Then you write in a paragraph form. That's all I can say. I mean, right? Okay, now you guys are ready? No. Professional skills. Can anybody remind me how much marks is professional skills? 20 marks. But it's a very, very important area because 20% of your paper is professional skills. So when students, they ask me, sir, what do you think is the most important topic for this attempt? I say professional skills as number 1, because every attempt you will see professional skills. It is 1/5 of your paper. So 20 marks professional skills and 25 marks for common sense question. Do you understand what I'm saying? 20 marks professional skills and 25 marks for common sense questions. So how much is this in total? 45 marks. So 45 marks is just common sense and professional skills. If you are smart, you will smash the paper. Okay. The only problem is students, they don't focus on these two items. They focus on the remaining 45%, which is technical, which might be complicated, but professional skills and common sense, I mean, I feel it's easy. Professional skills marks, I like to call them cash marks. Why do I call them cash marks? Because they are low hanging fruits. They are low-hanging fruits. They are easy to score. So basically, you know what ACCA has done? For SBL, they have very well defined what professional skills marks are. It's just not out of the blue. So there are 5 professional skills: evaluation skill, analysis skill, communication skill, commercial acumen skill, and skepticism skill. So it is all very well defined. All these skills, they carry 4 marks each, correct? So the total is 20 marks. There are 5 skills, so it is 4 marks each. That's number 1. Secondly, for each and every question, listen very carefully. For each and every question, you don't have to apply all the skills simultaneously. Got it? So for each question, the examiner specifically tells you which professional skill you need to demonstrate. So in one question, he will tell you demonstrate evaluation skill. So khalas, now you know that in this question, I need to focus on evaluation skill. The rest is secondary, but you have to focus on evaluation skill. In the next question, the examiner will say demonstrate skepticism skill. So then in that particular question, you just focus on skepticism skill. So don't you think this makes your life easy, that for each question the examiner specifically tells you what to do, what to demonstrate? Yes. The third thing is, which makes this easy, that the examiner says demonstrate evaluation skills by doing this. So he also gives you a hint. So what exactly he expects you to do. In all the professional skills, like not all, but almost all, the examiner will give you a clear hint that you need to demonstrate skepticism skill by challenging So they will specifically guide you or give you a hint what to focus on. So it makes this all the more easy because you exactly know what to do. Right? So that is why I think that professional skills are cash marks. So there are 5 professional skills. You must know what they mean and how you can score or grab good marks in these. I will not go into theoretical definitions. I will just talk about practical exam-oriented things you need to know. Evaluation skills simply means assess a proposal or argument in a balanced way that is giving both pros and cons. Halas. Basically, just focus on this. So whenever the question says demonstrate professional skills by demonstrating evaluation skills, professional marks for demonstrating evaluation skills. So evaluation skills simply means that you cover both pros and cons. Normally, evaluation skill is for a question involving some proposal or some future plan or some proposed strategy normally. So you need to evaluate a proposed strategy. And when I say evaluate means that you consider both pros and cons. So you need to tell the board. Remember board? You're talking to the board, right? You need to tell the board, in your opinion, what are the advantages of this option and what are the disadvantages of this option. As long as you cover both pros and cons in your answer, you will get evaluation skills marks. Is that correct? Clear? So now let's do a small practical thing. ACCA. Should I do ACCA or not? Should I pursue ACCA or not? What do you think? Demonstrate evaluation skills. So please mention 3 advantages of ACCA. Please mention 3 advantages of doing ACCA. Globally recognized, globally better future prospects. Okay. Some advantages, right? Obviously. Job security, salary, career progression. It's more updated. There's an increasing demand, recognized in 182 countries. Wow. Professional, reputable, very nice, flexible. Now, these are the pros. But don't you think as a CFO, you have a responsibility to tell me the cons as well, so that I can take an informed decision? Never talk about cost as the first thing. Hang on, guys. Most of you said it's costly. Absolutely correct. But don't talk cost as a first point. Other than cost, any low passing ratio. It is underestimated in some countries. Good. It is difficult. Yes. Stressful. Yes. It may take time. Yes. It's not a degree. Yes. There's a risk of failure. Yes. It's challenging. Yes. And it is costly. No doubt about it. Exchange rates and high prices. Very good. It is. Okay, it takes quarterly. So you see, what is, you just did evaluation skill. Whenever the exam says demonstrate evaluation skill, you just make sure that you cover both pros and cons in your answer. Now, do you think the pros and cons have to be in equal quantity? So for example, I have to write 8 points. Okay, according to the marks, I have to write 8 points. So does it mean that 4 pros and 4 cons? Absolutely no. It is not a stupid paper. 4 pros, 4 cons. Does it happen like that in real life? No. It all depends on the case study. It all depends on the scenario. It all depends on the exhibit on the information available. Yes, absolutely. So if you give 7 pros and 1 con, that's perfectly fine. If you give 7 pros and 1 con because the information available was like that, it's fine. It all depends on the availability of the information. So do not try to act like a child and try to do equal and equal. Got it? But just make sure that you cover pros and cons. That's important. Cover both. Right. Now let's move to analysis skills. Analysis skills is it identify the reasons or the root causes. Analyze something means investigate. The word analyze something means simply means that you need to investigate, drill down, look into details, right? So root cause or the reasons are very important. If the question says demonstrate analysis skills, so then you have to identify the reasons or the root cause or the reasons for variances from the exhibits. For example, if my sales revenue has gone down from last year, if my sales revenue has gone down from last year, would you be able to analyze the reasons? Would you be able to drill down as a CFO? Would you be able to investigate why our sales went down? And everything will be available in the exhibit. So first of all, just to give you an idea, when the sales go down, I'm a CFO, right? Wait. So the first thing I ask is it the volumes which has gone down or is it the price which has gone down? You understand? Sales can go down because of two reasons, volume or price or both. So if it is volume has gone down, I need to know why our sales quantity has gone down. Is it because of competitors? Is it because of our bad quality? Is it because there is a recession? Is it because there's a substitute product? Is it because there's some online alternative? Is it because the product has gone mature? People taste have changed, some regulatory restrictions, COVID, bad performance by sales team, very good, Preetham, technological challenges, whatever. And if it is price has gone down, that means we have to reduce our selling price. Why did we reduce the selling price? All these why is analysis skills. So normally the analysis skills comes in a financial related question. Good point. Bad marketing. Yeah. So normally analysis skills normally is in a financial question, normally, but not necessarily. It could be anything where you need to investigate the reasons. So can anybody tell me, can you guys analyze? Another question. Can you guys analyze why students fail SBL? Give me the reasons. Drill down. Investigate, drill down, and identify to me why students they fail SBL. Give me 3 reasons. Done. That's analysis. Halas, stop. Analysis. Analysis skill means investigate, identify the root cause, drill down, go into nitty-gritties and details, and all the things will be available in the exhibits. All you need to do is identify those information, bring it up and put it on your answer. Okay. The third one is communication skill. Very simple. Communication skill means that you have to keep the reader of your document in mind. That whatever you are drafting, you have to know your role and to whom you are writing. So your drafting, your language, your tone is to be according to your role and to whom you are writing. So nothing much is supposed to be done here, right? So you know your role. The main thing is, are you an internal person or an external person? So sometimes in some of the papers, you are an employee of the company. So you are an internal person. So maybe your drafting will be from a internal perspective or point of view, because you're writing internally to the finance director. Sometimes in some scenarios, you are a management consultant or an external consultant. So if you're an outside person, then your drafting will be slightly different. And again, you need to remember that your audience is non-financial. So just use plain, simple English, basic logics to explain your point, and that's it. Nothing more to do in communication skill. Just keep your role in mind and the reader or the addressee in mind. And secondly, also the various formats. The various formats, the reports, the briefing papers, they fall under communication skill. Okay, how you are presenting your answers, your headings, subheadings, formats, layout, all this is communication and presentation skills, right? Oh yes, Clive has asked a very interesting question. Thank you, Clive. I'll have to go back to evaluation skills. So sometimes the question says, critically evaluate. What is the meaning of critically? Critically means identify the bad points, the negative points. Critically evaluate, criticizing. Very good, thank you. Critically evaluate means that you focus more on negative points. So majority of you are supposed to critically evaluate. The whole purpose of critically evaluate means that you identify gaps, weaknesses, cons more, and focus less on positive things. Okay, if you see the word critically evaluate. If it does says evaluate, then you go with the flow, whatever pros and cons you have, go with that. But if it says critically evaluate, then just focus on more negative points. Thank you, Clive. All right, communication skill, very simple, formats and the tone and the drafting. Commercial acumen, again, a lot of students, they get confused in commercial acumen skill, but it's very simple. Commercial acumen means that you understand business, right? Commercial acumen means commercial sense. So do you think a good CFO should have an idea about the whole business? What do you think? A good CFO must have an overview or idea about whole business. Finance is his expertise, of course, but do you think so? Okay, take my example. Do you think I know something about HR, or I should know something about HR? Of course, salary cost is one of my largest cost, right? So for me, if I want to understand salary cost and budget my salaries, I need to understand the basic functions of HR, hiring, firing, how they give increments, how they give appraisals and trainings and all basic. Of course, I know basic HR. Who wouldn't, right? Now, do you think I need to know basic marketing? I need to understand marketing as well as a CFO, because when I analyze revenues, when I analyze revenue variances, sales, marketing budgets, I need to know what marketing means. Basic knowledge has to be there. You think I understand IT? Of course I do IT. You think I understand risk management? Of course I understand risk management, but I'm a CFO. It doesn't matter. I need to understand all business Because I am one of the business leader. The subject name is strategic business leader. So if you own a business, if you are owner of a business, supposing you have a small French fries kiosk or a small ice cream parlor, don't you think you will know everything of that business? Yeah, that's commercial acumen. How do you demonstrate commercial acumen in the paper? It's very simple. Just don't talk like accountant. That's it. Just don't talk like accountant. You know what accountant they talk about? You know what accountant talks about? Girls and costs. That's it. Am I right? Accountant just know two things. Girls, yeah, figures. Yes, Fayaz. Thank you. That's a better word. Figures and costs. That's it. Accountant doesn't know anything else other than costs. Correct? So that's why when I said, what is the disadvantage of ACCA? Most of you, the first point you gave was high cost. So I know you are a hardcore accountant. A business leader will never start with costs. Cost is important, don't get me wrong. But a business leader will never start with costs. What do you think? A business leader will always start with? A business leader will always start with revenues, sales, customers, growth. How can we increase business, profits, automation? How can we control risks? How can we improve our efficiencies? Technology. A businessman mindset is different. Cost, yes, but not as a primary thing. Non-financial KPIs will be important to him, right? So that's it. As long as you don't sound like an accountant, you will get commercial acumen. So for example, the question says, identify key risks and give recommendations. Identify key risks and give recommendations. So if you are able to identify some risks, like reputational risk, there was some like health and safety risk, like political risk or business risk. Khalas, that's commercial acumen. You're talking about risks. So as a good CFO must know about risks, right? So that's done. If the question says, talks about e-marketing, if the question is about e-marketing, and you're talking, do you know what e-marketing is? Can you give me examples of e-marketing? Tools of e-marketing, emails, social media, search engine optimization, websites. Very good. Khalas, that's commercial acumen. You will automatically get marks in commercial acumen. Artificial intelligence, online blogs. Khalas, that's it. That's commercial acumen, because an accountant doesn't know this, but a business leader will know this. Okay, is this clear now? Commercial acumen, you don't have to do anything. Just don't talk like an accountant. Just don't talk about girls and costs. Okay. Skepticism skill is the last skill. Do you know what's the meaning of skepticism? to challenge someone, to doubt someone, to ask question, to disagree. So skepticism. So you think a good CFO should be able to ask right questions? Absolutely right. Yeah. So obviously I'm a CFO. I have like 50 people in finance. I have 50 people in finance. They're all under me. I'm dependent on them because I'm not doing all the work. They are doing all the work. But my job as a manager, as a leader, is to make sure that things are okay. So if when they come to me for approval of something, like an approval of a major capital expenditure, I'm supposed to challenge it. I'm supposed to ask questions. I will not sign off with my eyes closed, right? I'm answerable to the board. So I will make sure that I'm fully satisfied. I will ask questions. I will ensure that those buggers have done their working properly. They have not made mistake. They have done research properly. And that is skepticism. I will asking questions, challenging, disagreeing. So even in the board, we have arguments. I disagree with some of the comments made by some other directors. That's skepticism. That doesn't mean I become disrespectful, but I have to challenge, I have to disagree with something which I don't agree with, right? So that's skepticism. So how can you demonstrate skepticism skill in your paper? Any idea? If the question says demonstrate skepticism skill, how can you demonstrate that in your ask questions? Yes. So when you draft, deliberately try to include one question or two questions, or use the word I disagree, try to challenge with facts and figures, or you can ask questions. You can say, I don't, I don't agree with this. I don't think it's correct. It should be further investigated. I need more details. All these things, skepticism. But the most easiest is to ask questions and use the word I disagree, or it's inappropriate, something like that. Okay. Done. So now we have done 5 professional skills. Just to recap, evaluation skill, nothing needs to be done. Just make sure that you include pros and cons. Analysis skills, nothing needs to be done. Just identify the reasons, the root cause from the exhibits and explain to them in your own words. Communication skills, nothing needs to be done. Just make sure that your tone of your answer is correct and your formats are nice and sexy. Commercial acumen, just don't sound like an accountant. Just talk, non-financial things. And skepticism skill, ask questions or disagree with some information. 20 marks. Even if you score like 13, 14 marks out of 20, that's great. Now, exam techniques I will do tomorrow, because I think for today, a lot of things is already I have given to you to process, right? Formats, professional skills, that's too much. So exam techniques, I will keep it for tomorrow. Yusuf, tomorrow, okay? Technical articles are important, right? And Technical articles are important. This time, the last month, two articles have been published. It's called Applications of New Technology Part 1 and Part 2. Okay, so they are same article but published in two parts. I will cover this tomorrow. Normally, technical articles are important, so I will give you a briefing tomorrow because enough new things for tonight. I'm sure you are tired. Now, now I want to spend the we did like 1.5 hours. Right now we have done 1.5 hours. Let's take a 20-minute break. Okay, and let's have some dinner and prayers, and after that I want to spend the second half, another 1.5 hour on drafting. So today's topic, which I've selected, is customer segmentation, but I will start after the break. Break 20 minutes. So it is 9:30 in Pakistan. So 9:30 to 9:50 p.m. All right, please. See you guys in 20 minutes. Right, guys? Enjoy. All right, guys, are you back? Can we start? All right. So now I want to devote next 1 hour to drafting. Okay, that's very important technique. So the topic which I have chosen for today is very simple. It's called customer segmentation. Now, this topic was tested in one of your papers, and it was a topic which was a little bit surprising because it's a very small topic and it came as question number 1. Okay. I want you to get into this habit of guessing what something means. So customer segmentation, a lot of students, they panicked in the paper because they had absolutely no clue what this word means. So now, are you able to guess what is the meaning? What is the meaning of the word segmentation? Segmentation means sections, right? Dividing into sections, segments. I'm sure you know segment accounting, segment reporting. So segment or segmentation means to break something or divide something into smaller subgroups or sections or segments. Now, imagine customer segmentation. When we break our customers into various groups, right? Or customer segmentation, when we break or categorize customers into smaller groups or sections. Very nice. So do you think a good organization, they have to analyze their customers? A good organization will always analyze their customer portfolio, right? How can they analyze? What things can they look at? How can they break their customers into segments? Age group, very interesting. Based on their interests, geographical location, gender, class, incomes, needs, very good, Sundas. Their needs, we can break them. Culture, taste, very nice. Maybe their paying ability, location, season, spending habits, preferences, income, very nice. Khalas. And the topic is finished. Topic finished. Very as simple as that. This is all about SBL. So customer segmentation means when we categorize or break our customers into various groups based on their needs or interest or preferences or characteristics, whatever. Customer segmentation can be done in many ways. Obviously, you can do based on geographical segmentation. We can do demographics. What is demographics? Age, gender, income, education, race, nationality, language, religion, and many more. We can break them product-wise, like their needs, which customer wants which product, or any other way you can think of. The whole purpose of customer segmentation is to break or analyze your customers from various angles. That's segmentation. Now, guys, I am teaching SBL for a December attempt. I have more than 200 registered students, and I'm sure there are more than 1,000 students who are attending, like interacting with me globally, free of cost, through webinars, through YouTube, through WhatsApp, whatever. Now, if I want to do customer segmentation of SBL students, how can I do? Can you help me identify what analysis, what segmentation should I go for? Should I look for geographical segmentation? Very good. Number of attempts. Very nice. Very number of attempts. And you mean first attempt versus reset. Language. Very good. Very good. Very good. Self-study students versus, paid students. Very good. Yeah, nice. Done. So if why should I do working students versus non-working students? Would that help? Working versus non-working. What about physical versus online? I mean, I can do segmentation as much as I want, right? So do you think geographical segmentation will help me? How? If I analyze my SBL students geographically, how will it help me? Timing of the class, that's very practical reason, because timing differences is a big challenge. On one side it is Pakistan and India and Sri Lanka, they are ahead of the time. On the other side there is Africa and Europe and Far East, who are behind my time. So a geographical segmentation will help me see that where the majority students are located, so that I can plan my class timings, even to some extent my language barrier. So very good. How will it help me if I analyze first attempt versus reset, fresher versus reset? The content, yes. The requirement of reset student is different, right? Reset students, they know the course. They just need to do more practice and fix their weaknesses. But a first timer SBL first attempt, their requirement is different. They need to first acquire all the basic knowledge. They have different needs and expectations versus research students. Okay. What about full-time students versus working students? Would that help me in any manner? Yes, it will help me because full-time students, they are able to give more time to studies. Working students, they don't study during the days. They will just study in the last couple of weeks when they get some off or leaves, and time also. So all these analysis, the business, when they do customer segmentation, it gives them a lot of insight, a lot of information, so that they can plan their product, they can plan their pricing, they can plan their marketing according to these segmentation. So for SBL, I have three things, right? I offer regular batch, which is more towards first timers who are giving SBL for the first time. I offer resit batch, which is more focused towards people who failed and they want to do a quick revision. And the last option is a revision batch, which is mostly for people who scored in 45, 47. It is just revision practice for them. I have three courses, right? I offer in English and I offer in Urdu/Hindi. So even my pricing is different based on geographical thing. Segmentation. Now, the $1,000,000 question. Why do we do segmentation? What are the advantages of doing customer segmentation? Think. I mean, we already discussed few of them. Provide more personal product, yes. Understand demand, yes. More focused, yes. Target, very good. Target segmenting, we are able to offer better services. We can focus on each group differently, manage them, maximize revenue, satisfy them. Excellent. Khalas, topic finished. So if I say, what is the value of doing customer segmentation? What does it mean? What value does it add to do customer segmentation? So if the CEO asks you, Mr. CFO, do you think we should do customer segmentation? What you will say, yes or no? The CEO is looking at you and he said, Mr. CFO, do you think, is there any value or benefit in doing customer segmentation? You will say yes or no. You will say yes. So the CEO will ask, okay, why do you say yes? Can you just help me understand what are the advantages? And you can tell him 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple, right? That's it. So now, what are the advantages? I have just summarized the advantages in really simple language. First of all, when we do customer segmentation, it helps us identify specific needs for each group. That is the foremost thing. When we break customers into groups, we will then be able to understand and analyze the specific needs of each group. Do you agree? You will be able to understand the specific needs for each group. For example, the need of a first-time SBL student is different. The need of a resit student is different. The need of a full-time student is different versus the needs of a working student is different. So when we do segmentation, the first thing which happens, we are able to identify specific needs for each group. Now that's absolutely critical. If that's like a gold mine. If you understand the specific needs for each group, what will you do? Then I will develop customized products for each group. So if I know the needs, I can offer customized products to satisfy or suit the requirements for each group. For example, I have a regular batch, I have a resit batch, I have a crash revision batch. Why? Because I know the specific requirements of each group. So when we know the specific requirements, we can develop customized products, design focused marketing, and then I can also design focused marketing strategies for each group. I know how to talk to resit students. I know how to talk to first-time students. I know how to talk to students in Europe. So, marketing strategies will differ. And all this will lead to improved customer satisfaction and retention. So all these things, offering customized products, better marketing, ultimately will lead to more satisfied customers. More satisfied customer means more repeat customers, retention is improved, right? Well, not in SBL, I don't want repeat customers, but generally in business, repetition is important, right? And then also better communication and relationship with customers. So when you do customer segmentation, obviously you are doing surveys, you are talking to the customers, you are trying to find out their needs. So your interaction with customer increases. And when you start interacting with customers, it improves your communication, it improves your relationship with customers. Also, of course, that is also very important. And all this will ultimately result in increased competitive edge and increased revenue. Bottom line, all this will lead to better, for me being better than my competitors, increase in my revenue, increase in my market share, increase in my profits. Do you see the logical built up? Do you see the logical built up? First of all, the first thing is we identify the specific needs. And then based on that, we can customize products, we can do focused marketing, we can do better communication and relationship. It will lead to customer satisfaction, retention, and higher revenue. Simple. This is what SBL is all about. Just trying to come with basics. No model, no fancy, sexy, complicated things. Basic business. Are you now ready to do a question? So let's do questions from September, December 2021 attempt. It is called Optima, question number 1A. So please open up your CBE platform. So on your CBE platform, go to past exam library. And paper is September, December 2021. We have to read exhibit 1, 3, and 4. So let's open up the CBE platform. So you can open up the CBE platform when you log in as your My ACCA. When you log into your My ACCA, from there, you can go to log in into the practice platform option. Let me, I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah. Right. So when I click login to the practice platform, here, so it's loaded. I will click to strategic business leader. I will click to ACCA official resources. I will click on past exam library. And September, December 2021. This one, September, December 2021. Okay, it's already assigned. So I will go down. I will click on SBL. September, December. Where is it? This one, resume. Just let me make sure that it's clear. Okay, so please, all of you are open. This is SBL September, December 2021 on your CBE platform. So those of you who are looking at the CBE platform for the first time, on the left-hand side, the various exhibits will be given here. You can see exhibit 1 to 8. Under that, tasks are given. Tasks are basically questions or requirements along with their respective marks. And below that, it is response options, which is word processor, spreadsheet, and slides. Right. So guys, are you ready? Have you opened your CBE platform? Okay, it's Optima. So we will do task 1A. So guys, please, I will show you something very interesting. All requirements have 3 components. How many? All requirements have 3 components. For example, this is task 1, this is 1A, and then there is 1B, right? So if you see, there is a background. This unbold thing is the background. Then in bold, there is the technical requirement. This is the technical requirement, which is in bold. And the third component is professional skills marks, professional skills and its marks. So as I said, all questions have 3 components: a background, technical requirement, and professional skill requirement. So can anybody tell me what is the total marks for 1A? What is the total marks for question number 1A? Total marks. Yeah, it's 15. 12 is technical marks and 3 is professional skills. So total marks is 50. Okay. So let's read the background of the requirement. As a result of several challenges affecting the fitness and leisure industry in Sealand, Optima's board is about to meet to discuss how it should strengthen and protect its position in the market. The finance director has asked you to assist him in preparing for these discussions. Okay. Just a background of what's happening. The board wants to, strengthen the position of the company in the market, and the FD has asked you to help him prepare for these discussions. Requirement 1A. prepare briefing notes for the finance director, which assess the value to Optima of undertaking customer segmentation analysis. Very interesting. Assess the value to Optima of undertaking what? Customer segmentation analysis. And two, advise on the most appropriate ways that Optima could segment its customers in order to target them more effectively. Do you understand the requirement? There are two things. They want us to talk about the value or the advantages of doing customer segmentation analysis. And we have to advise on the appropriate ways how Optima can do customer segmentation on their business. So for that, we need to understand Optima's business, right? Just like when you help me do customer segmentation of SBL students, now we will help Optima, this company, that how they can segment their customers, right? It could be geographical, it could be demographic, it could be product based. I don't know. I need to understand what they do. And then I remember I told you professional skills. So for this one, it says professional skills marks are available for demonstrating commercial acumen skill. How? Is there any hint? In showing awareness of the usefulness of customer segmentation analysis to Optima. Very simple. If you can demonstrate what are the advantages of customer segmentation, you will automatically get commercial acumen skill mark, because obviously accountant doesn't know the advantage of customer segmentation, right? All he knows is girls and costs. But if you are able to tell the finance director what are the advantages of customer segmentation, that means you have knowledge of business. You are not an accountant only. So very, very simple. I think very easy to score. Right. So now there is a format involved. It is briefing notes. There is some technical requirement and commercial acumen. Honestly, I will not do anything about commercial acumen. I will just talk about the advantages and automatically I will score commercial acumen. You don't have to do anything extra. Now, first thing is I need to decide the number of points. I need to decide the number of points, how many points I'm supposed to write. So my simple formula is, I assume that 1 point carries, a one well-drafted, well-explained point carries 2 marks. That's my rule of thumb. A one nicely explained point carries 2 marks. So if I want to calculate the number of points, what do? Simply pick up total marks. I prefer total marks, not technical. Total marks 15. Divide by 2. That gives me how much? 7.5, right? 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So 7 to 8 points. 7 to 8 points. Got it? Now, how do I divide the 7 to 8 points between these two? Because this mark is for covering both 1 and 2, right? So I don't know. It depends on the availability of information. It could be 4 and 4. It could be 5 and 3. There's no such thing as half and half in SBL. Will depend how much information is available on the exhibit. But in total, 8 points. Minimum 7, maximum 8. Okay. Now, open up the word processor. Let's make the skeleton first. What do I mean by skeleton? Skeleton, I mean the structure of your answer. So I will open up the word processor. I've already done this question, but okay, I will just take it down. Now watch very carefully. Yeah? What is the format required? Briefing notes. Briefing notes. Okay, is it briefing notes? Yeah, exactly. Briefing notes. Okay. Briefing notes enter to, from, subject, date, introduction, sincerely, closure. Now, who should it be addressed to? It says prepare briefing notes for the finance director. Finance director. From, what is my role? Normally your role is mentioned in first exhibit since we did not read it. Let me open it right now and see my role. You are a senior corporate business analyst. Okay, got it. So what is your role? Senior corporate business analyst. I will copy this also and go down under the closures sincerely like this. Okay. Subject. Now, can anybody tell me this briefing note is for part A only or covers part A and B? Think. Because sometimes one format covers both part A and B. But here I think part A is briefing notes, part B is slides. So it looks like briefing notes is only for this. Do you agree? Only part A. Because part B has its own format. So the subject will be, can I say customer segmentation? Date will be 6 December 2022. Introduction. This briefing notes. And then I will copy from here. Assesses the value to Optima for undertaking customer segmentation analysis and advise on the most appropriate ways that Optima could segment. Blah, 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 blah. Khalas. Introduction done. Now next heading would be and then इसके बाद done. I will show you. So you see what did I do? Okay. Great guys. I need to write question number as well. Task 1A. Briefing notes, finance director, blah, blah, blah. There's an introduction. Then because there are two requirements, the first one is value to Optima, and the second requirement was appropriate way to segment, and there is a closure. Now, can we just make this a nice format? All this will be heading 3. This one will be heading 3. This is just beautification. This one is heading 3. This one is heading 3. And this one is heading 3. Now it looks more professional. Briefing notes, I will center it. I will underline it. I will increase it more. So when you do more practice, all this will take very less time. Okay. Are you okay with the format and the skeleton? Finance director, this introduction, value. So my skeleton is now ready. Now I will read the exhibits and I will, copy paste stuff here, and then I will do editing. Any questions? Are there any keyboard shortcuts? Ariba, I don't think so. It's a very stupid software, the CB. Maybe there is, it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Control C, Control V works. No, I use Control C, Control V for copy and paste. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yes, yes, Manu, in the exam also. Whatever, Manu bhai, whatever I'm doing here, bloody hell, you have to do in the exam, right? I will not do something which you cannot do in the exam. All right, exactly do all these things. Whatever, guys, I'm doing here, please do exactly like it. I don't want stupid questions like, do we do like this? Do we do like that? Just follow this. All right, now I want you to read. So we know the requirement. We have to talk about the value or the advantages. So we know the general advantages. We are able to identify specific needs. We will be able to customize products. We will be able to do focused marketing. We will be able to retain customers, get comp edge, more revenues, right? But I need to link with the case. So please, can you guys now read the overview to understand the business, and maybe sometimes some interesting information is available in the overview as well. So please, I give you 1, 2, 3 minutes to read overview. Time starts now.
खेल रही है यहाँ पर।
Okay, I am done with this one. If you are done, please type done. One more minute. Take your time, digest the background, enjoy the case study. But once you are done, please type done. I'm waiting. Thirty more seconds. All right. So I think it's a very interesting case study, right? So we are working for a gym. We are working for a gym chain of gym, right? Gym fitness activities. It's a quality focus. So it's high quality fitness and leisure clubs. And we were established 20 years ago. We now have 55 outlets throughout the country, 230,000 members. Member means customers, right? So in clubs or gyms, they are called members. So we have 230,000 members. We have high quality gym facilities. We have swimming pools. We have tennis courts. We offer various courses in fitness, swimming, and blah, blah, blah. Now we are facing some challenges, and we are looking to grow business and all enough. Anything complicated in the scenario so far? I'm working for a fitness company, 20-year-old, 55 branches, 230,000 clients across the country, quality focused. We are facing some business challenges, and obviously we are looking to grow the business. Simple. Now, next exhibit. Website. Exhibit number 3. So exhibit number 3 is extracts from Optima's website. So obviously it was mentioned that we have a basic website. So I would like to go through the website. So this is what the information is there on the website. Don't read this portion. Okay, it is not relevant. It is, but just read up till here. All ages. Time starts now. I'm done. 1 more minute for you guys. Once you are done, please type done. 30 more seconds. All right. So again, it is a pretty straightforward website. It tells us about the company. They employ 2,500 people. They have this, we all already know that we have gyms, we have tennis courts, we have pools, we have member lounges, blah, blah, blah. This paragraph is important. I think we can try and use it in our answer. Focus on our customer. Whatever you want, we will give you. That's customer satisfaction, right? That's customer segmentation, specific needs, whether you want to get fit or healthy, reach your goals, learn a new skill, or simply have fun, socialize. Customer needs. I think we can definitely use this somewhere. We offer all something for all ages, a lot of membership types, family structures, age-wise information. So I think a lot of we can pick some customer segmentation ideas. We can suggest how they can do customer segmentation for these guys. Okay, now read the last exhibit, which is exhibit 4. Summary of industry research report. So what's happening in the industry? Which industry are we talking about? Teaching industry? No, right? So some industry information about leisure and fitness industry. It's compiled by Optima sales director. Okay, that's fine. Challenges for Optima and fitness and leisure industry. Okay, so please read this in detail. I think here we will see some advantages of segmentation. Once we look at the challenges, we can look at some opportunities. Time starts now. 1 more minute. Please type done once you are done. All right. So now this exhibit is really interesting, I think. So the first two exhibit was telling me more about us, what we are doing, what our products, our employees, our customers, internal. But this exhibit is more focused on the industry challenges, what's happening in the industry. And obviously whatever is happening in the industry will also directly, indirectly affect us. So this exhibit is really interesting for me. What does it say? It's saying that there's growth. So that's very good news. That the industry is growing, the demand for fitness and leisure club is growing, statistics are there. That's an absolutely good news. And obviously, if there is, if growth is there, then what are we supposed to do? We have to make strategies in order to avail those opportunities and grab maximum as we can, right? We want to grow, right? So if the industry is growing, we can grow with it. No confusion on that. But what are the challenges? Retention rate is a challenge. What is the meaning of retention rate in a fitness and leisure industry? So that we make customers. Yeah, we make customers, we get new customers, but they don't renew their membership. So whenever their term is over, they just go. Is that, and it says 50%, the leisure clubs lose around 50% of their members each year. So they get new members because there is growth in the industry, but there is a leakage. So 50% of your existing customer, they leave you. Okay, and which 30% will leave you in the first 12. Is that good news or bad news? Extremely bad. In layman language, we call this leakage. We are leaking customers, right? So we are making all efforts to get new customers, but we are leaking customers. So in terms of numbers, just, I'm a numbers guy. How many customers we have? Do you remember? Let me check your street smartness. 230,000 members. And how much customers leave us every year? How much customer leaves us every year? Oh my, can you imagine? 115,000 customers. Meherwan, what are you doing? 115,000 customers leave us every year. 50%. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Why they are leaving? That's the next question, right? Because of lack of motivation or interest. Lack of motivation or interest. So, okay. The second challenge is understanding members' needs. So it says that understanding a friendly environment where they are listened, their needs are understood, their services are tailored. These are all important for members' retention. These are all important for members' retention, right? Interesting. Over half of the fitness members say that they stopped using club because the facilities offered does not meet their specific needs or goals. Wow. You think customer segmentation can help us in any manner? What do you think? Customer segmentation is all about identifying the specific needs of each groups, trying to offer them tailor-made products and services, listen to them, talk to them, build relationships, engage with them. Very nice. So can you visualize? Our answer is now building up. Remember the question, what are the advantages of doing customer segmentation? So I think from this exhibit will create as a foundation from, can you visualize our answer is now taking some shape? Customer needs, retention, and then it says they create a sense of belonging, finding appropriate communication is critical. And then there's some technology related people as well. So out of 230,000, there are customers who are more into using technology like online classes or wearing gadgets or whatever. And the future is moving towards technology-oriented gyms. That's a very interesting thing. So you think if we want to grow in future, should we offer technological options? What do you think as a director? As a director or a business leader, the future, it says that more and more people are getting interested into technology. So if we want to grow in future, I think we should also focus on offering technology options. We should not be left behind, right? No, Manu, I don't like that. You are saying fitness to technology, not possible. You are thinking like an old school director. When the case says that growth is now towards technology, why the F you are saying it's not possible? You go with the flow of the scenario, right? So it's just like you are getting online classes from me. So why can't you do online fitness? So please open up your mind. You go with the thing, with the scenario. Okay, don't try to resist or refuse the information in the scenario. All right. Okay, got it. So now open up the Word document. What will be the value to Optima? Now here we need some advantages. Customer needs, customized products, better marketing and communication, improved retention, revenues. Better marketing, better communication and relationship, improve retention and revenues. Okay. So these are the general thing. Now, can you link with the scenario? That's the main thing. Remember why students, they fail SBL? They don't link with the scenario. So you think customer needs, through customer segmentation, we will be able to identify customer needs? Yes. So can we just pick up some words from the exhibit? Which exhibit was that? This one. Understand? They don't call customers. What do they call? Members. So I would change the word customer needs to understanding members needs. Okay. So can I copy paste some information? Can I copy this? What else is there? A friendly environment where members feel that they are listened to, their needs is important for member retention. Over half the fitness and leisure members, over half members in Sealand say that they do stop because khalas. Now what can you talk about this? Just you need to add one small paragraph on your own. Customer segmentation will help us understand the specific needs of each customer group, right? This is important, as I'll just put it here. Over half of fitness members say that they stop because done. This is one point. Some sentences from the scenario, some elaboration from your thing, and 1 point worth 2 marks. Do you understand what I did? I picked a couple of sentences from the exhibit and I added a couple of sentences from my side, and I just presented it in a simple, logical manner. Customized products and services. What do you think? Akash, forget about number of lines, because in CBE it doesn't really matter. Customized products. I saw this word somewhere here. Tailored to them. So we will just say that customer segmentation would help us develop customized and tailor-made programs to cater for the need of all types of customers. Such as fitness, I'm just elaborating, programs, tennis and swimming classes, etc. This offering customized programs will improve customer satisfaction. Simple. And just remember, whom am I talking to? When I'm drafting this, whom am I talking to? Whom am I explaining these points? Yes, theoretically finance director, but in my mind, I feel that I am explaining these points to the board of directors. The entire board is there, and I'm just, they're asking me, do you think customer segmentation will help? And I will say yes. Specific needs, specific products, how it will. So, I'm trying to make them understand. And you think this is complicated language? It's very simple, very basic thing. Customer segmentation would help us develop customized programs to cater for the needs or to of all types of our customers, to link with such as fitness programs. I'm just naming our products just to, add some meat. And offering customized programs will improve customer satisfaction and retention, if you want to just add a little bit. But that's it. Done. One point, another point done. Yes, absolutely, Raza. Now, what else? Do you think better marketing now? Yeah, if you do customer segmentation, we will be able to do better marketing. We will just say that uh, customer segmentation will help us design focused marketing strategies based on age groups, technology, preferences, etc. Focused marketing will help us grow, will help us get more customers and retain existing ones. Alas, enough. Better communication and relationship. I saw some point here. Something about communication and all those things. I'll just copy the research. Industry research result suggests that creating a sense of belonging, understanding all age group, blah, 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 keys, motivates, is critical. Customer through customer segmentation, we will be keeping in touch with our customers, and hence there will be regular communication and strong relationship. Khalas. Basic, simple, no fancy stories. Improve retention revenues. That is my last point. We will say that, this point. We'll just copy it here about retention. We face challenge of membership retention. The latest industry if we do customer segmentation based on which we offer customized products, it will lead to higher customer satisfaction and hence will improve our retention rates. That's it. Little bit, one sentence or two sentence from the exhibit, and then one sentence, two sentence from your side explaining that point or giving logic how that point is important. Got it? So value to Optima, These are the advantages. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, appropriate ways to segment. What do you think? How Optima can segment? Can you give me 3 examples? And for that, maybe you can look at their website to see what kind of products, what kind of customers we have. Oh, no, not this website. The website is this one. We can offer based on, can we offer geographical? Most easy is geographical, eh? Geographical, we can say. Always try to pick up the easy ones for your exams. So one option is geographical segmentation. So how can we link with the case? How many locations how many gyms we have? 55. In which city? In which city? Across the country, across sea land, yes. So we are geographically scattered. So I would definitely want to know, analyze my customers based on region or province, or so that I can, understand their language. Or very good. So just we can say very simple. Where is it? The Word document. We will say the number 1 is enough. Optima has 55 clubs across Sealand. Geographical segmentation will help us understand the geographical spread of our customers and in which regions we are more popular and in which regions we want to focus on for growth purposes. Tell us. What about product? Product segmentation is important. Yes, so what products we have? What products we have? We have fitness clubs. We have tennis and swimming. So I would like to know, how many customers. So I'm not drafting anymore. Is that okay? So we'll just say that we will say that we have several products. We have a fitness, we offer fitness clubs, we offer tennis, we offer swimming, we offer socializing and food outlets. So doing a product segmentation, how do you think a product segmentation will help you? Product segmentation, how it will help you? It will tell us which products, which customers want which products are successful, specific needs, so that we can offer more options, more customized, classes and activities for those products, so that we are able to. Very nice. Very small one paragraph. You will start by saying what products we have. That's how you will link with the case, that we are offering fitness, swimming, tennis. And then if we do a product segmentation, we will know the specific needs of our customers across various products, which will help us offer them more customized programs in order to satisfy them. Basic English, repeat the basic concepts. Do I sound like an accountant, or I sound like a business understanding person? I'm talking like a business person, right? Revenue, how we can get. Remind me, what was professional skills for? Commercial acumen. See, so you don't have to do anything. You just answer the requirement and it's done. Right. Okay, what else? Segmentation. I need one more. Remember, we have to give 8 points. So we gave 5 advantages and 2, we have given examples. Yeah, age diversification, demographic segmentation or age segmentation. That's important. Age, I think, is good, because do we have a variety of age? Do we have variety of age? From what to what? We have school going children to over 65 people. So we have a very wide range of age, right? From school children right up to over 65 retired people. So obviously their needs there will be different. Children needs are different. Teenage is different. Adults is different, and old people are different. You can, couples are different, family units are different. So if we do a demographic or an age segmentation, we will be better able to understand the requirements, so that we are able to offer them tailor-made programs as according to their expectations. Simple, huh? Simple. So I think we gave 3 examples how they can segment. But if you know, it's enough for the exam, but just for discussion purposes, I would also want to include technology versus non-technology segmentation, because it says that in future growth is all about technology. So I really want to tap into, right now I want to see how many people are into technology, how many people are like Manu, they don't want technology. So better, na? I can cater to both people. Technology people, I will develop online programs, and for physical people, I will develop physical programs. But not for, for exam, you just need 3, but just for discussion purposes, there are so many ways you can do segmentation. Mobile app, very good. Interesting, guys. So just take a look at the format of my answer. It says question number, briefing notes to finance director, blah, 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 a proper introduction, value to Optima, and then I gave like 5 advantages. Some points are small, some points are big, doesn't matter, but all of them are linked with the scenario. And then appropriate ways to segment is geographical segmentation, product segmentation. You can say age or demographic segmentation, or you can say technology segmentation if you want, but maximum 8 points. Do not overrun your number of points. Otherwise, your time management will get out of control, right? Does it look okay? And then the closure. Sincerely, Senior Corporate Business Analyst. Very balanced, perfect answer. Yes, Pritesh, yes. Members versus non-members. Okay. I don't know how value that would add, but just stick to the basic, right? Number one is geographical, very safe, very easy to explain. Number two is product, very safe. I have 3 products, 4 products, just link with the scenario. And number 3 is age. Always try to pick points which are safe in your exam, easy to explain. If you go into complicated points, you will get stuck in your own trap. These are the 3 basic segmentations, very safe, very basic. Okay, guys, right. Did you guys enjoy today's drafting? Did you learn something? SBL is about simplification and not complication. Everything is given in the scenario. Just pick couple of lines from there and elaborate on that. Khalas. It's all about planning. If you complicate it, if you complicate your drafting, you will get stuck in time trap. Honestly, you will get stuck in time trap. So just objective is just basic linking with the scenario, basic argument, and move on. Because time management is the real challenge of SBL. Right, guys, the last thing for today is, where is it? Just a very small announcement to make before I end my class today, that my revision practice class will be starting from 7th of November, which is coming Monday. It is a paid session. Okay, and what we will be doing, we will be basically doing 5 SBL case studies from the actual past papers. You will be doing 3 mock exams. Again, actual past papers. Out of those 3 mock exam, I will be checking 1 mock script and giving you feedback. All classes will be recorded for later viewing or for time zone differences. There'll be a grand revision, and all this is investment is $90 or Pakistan rupees 14,000 for Pakistan based students. Just, you got a flavor, like when we drafted, when we solved this question, this Optima question, you did get an idea. This is how we will be solving all the past papers in this paid session. So if you're interested in more details, please message to my coordinator. This is the schedule. Let me increase it. So it's a very, very intensive session. Very, very intensive. For example, 7th and 8th, we will do this case study, co-fold construction. Like we will spend like 7 to 8 hours on this case study, in which you will be drafting, and then 1 day break, and then 10th and 11th we will be doing second case study. Then 13 and 14 we will be doing another case study. Then first mock exam, second mock exam, then again 2 case studies, then third mock exam, and then grand revision on 3rd of December. Very jam-packed, very extensive. So please, if you are interested, do reach out to my coordinator. Now, just let me take some questions before we sign off. Yes, recording for this is available on YouTube after 2 days. We need to explain what we identified. No, remember, you're writing to the board, right? So you just identified and then give your own argument. No need to. You don't have time for all these. In slides, can you show how to do supporting notes? Okay, tomorrow I will try and do it. The timing of these paid classes is 8 p.m. Pakistan time to almost midnight Pakistan time. Is it possible to pass the exam in 1 month? Yes, it is possible because I know many students who have done it, but obviously it depends on student to student. If you are serious, if you can give like 7-8 hours per day, you are smart, you pick fast, you're intelligent, you can score like 65, 70 in 1 month preparation. Again, student to student, it varies, but it is possible because many students I know have done it. Ultra summarized notes enough for technical knowledge? Yes, I think it will cover 80% of the thing. First time student can join revision class? Yes, you can, but obviously you will have to give some extra time to catch up with the concepts because I will not be giving lectures. I will be solving questions, right? Sir, I can't link information with exhibit. Very good question, Zahid. Zaid is saying, I can't link information with exhibit. That's the whole purpose of SBL. And the only way you can learn this is through practice. The only way you can learn this is through practice and some street smartness. You will see the keywords. It will just come to practice. If you do like 5, 6, 7 case studies, definitely you will improve from where you are right now. There is no other shortcut to this. Okay. That is why I insist a lot that students should do practice. And if you join these practice classes, hopefully you will get the hang of it. Timetable for self-study people? Yes, of course, I will share it in tomorrow's presentation. For knowledge and concept, what should we read? Just now you don't have time, okay? So you just focus on my ultra summarized notes. It's available on the various WhatsApp group and on my Google Drive. So if you are part of my WhatsApp group, please write on that group and someone will share ultra summarized notes, top 25 topics. For my existing students, there is, for my existing regular batch and resit batch, this is already, these revision class is already part of your package. You don't have to pay anything extra for that. No, Alian, we can discuss this offline. I want a grand mock, live mock, all of us together. All right, so wait, I will share the WhatsApp group link right now. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link right now so that whoever wants to join the global WhatsApp group, you can join it. That's my WhatsApp group. And I'm sharing my Google Drive link. This is my Google Drive, all previous webinars, ultra summarized notes, everything is there. So please, you can click on these two and get access to everything you want. All right, guys. The grand revision of 3rd December, no, it's private. It's not on YouTube. It will not come on YouTube. I'm so sorry. It is only for the paid group. Guys, I hope you enjoyed and you learned, you found today's sessions helpful. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Pakistan time. I will start with exam techniques, then I will talk about technical articles. We will solve one more question, a new question tomorrow, and then I will give you important topics and study plan to end the session. Thank you very much for joining. I will see you guys tomorrow. Till then, no assignments. Assignments are over. See you guys tomorrow. Take care and good night.